I think Tezzeret and PO are still a strong and functional combination here in Vintage. Welcome back, Vintage Gamers, to a Friday night challenge where we're going to do a little bit of experiment tonight. We tested Talon Gates in like a mono blue style PO deck before, but that deck was playing like the Storm Chasers talents and boomerangs and stuff. So I decided to go in a little bit of a different direction with this idea here, which is testing the Talon Gates in a mono blue PO deck, but in a deck where they are less bad as a turn 1 blue source. And that is going to be a Tezzeret PO deck. So I have 4 Talon Gates, 5 Islands, and 2 Ancient Tombs. I didn't want to go like too crazy on the Ancient Tombs because I don't think they're that good outside of like casting Tezzeret and turn 2 stock up without Moxen. So I'm going with 2 Ancient Tombs here. But this is basically just a PO Tinker deck with a very big Tezzeret toolbox and forces stock ups and the general things you're likely to see in a Tezzeret PO deck. Another upside of Tezzeret right now is these PO decks. Every kind of PO deck that's not Jewel is like a little unfavored against Jewel because those decks are more streamlined, more all in. Can't really cast other spells as well. So what Tezzeret does here is it gives you 5 copies of main deck Pithing Needle, which can name the One Ring, which will cut off half of the targets in Jewel, as well as a bunch of the good draws of Raker. So this means that you don't have to force a turn 1 ring if you can follow up with Tezzeret Needle and that kind of thing. So the other upside of Tezzeret here is Tezzeret is an incredible card with Paradoxical Outcome. Tezzeret off of Ancient Tomb and a land when you had no Moxen suddenly becomes a crazy good PO target where you're getting Mana Crypt, so you're replaying your Tezzeret, you're getting Sapphire, and you're going infinite much easier. In the similar way that Thunder Trap Trainer is very good in PO, Tezzeret is good that way. It will also, fix your mana, and I think it lets you play this Portable Hold Demonic Tutor splashes off of Talon Gates and Moxen. And it gives you more redundancy for your Volt Key combo. So I think Tezzeret makes a ton of sense here. I think, supporting Tezzeret with a couple of Ancient Tombs makes sense when it's our primary game plan. It makes our deck a little bit more combo-oriented, a little bit worse to Null Rod. So it's like when we're always talking about the PO control to combo spectrum and how, Jeskai, Luris, PO is very far on the control side of the combo control spectrum, and Jewel was on the very far end of the combo side. This is going to be somewhere closer to the middle, leaning a little bit towards the combo side. That being said, you do have an extra room to like get the negations in and have some Flusterstorms. So I think theoretically, I actually think this deck is probably good heads up into Luris PO. I think this deck is better than Luris PO into, say, Jewel and Raker. So I think this deck actually fits the metagame slightly better than Luris PO does right now. The metagame's obviously been shifting week to week. It's really polarizing right now where Luris PO and Raker were like the two main decks that were played yesterday for some reason. Like huge portions of the metagame. So I think this deck actually ends up in a little bit of a better spot against that kind of perspective metagame than Luris PO does. However, I think this deck is like worse overall than Luris PO. Luris PO is better at doing the things it wants to do, better card quality, better answers. But here you have some power. I mean, you have Tinker Citadel, you have Karn, you have the ability, like Portable Hold is a pretty good answer. So there's all that. Sideboard, we're sticking with mostly mono blue stuff. We have another Portable Hole, though, to help bring in the matchups where it makes sense. Lots of anti-combo stuff to even push through those decks even more. I wouldn't want to leave too many consigns out when there's the possibility that people are playing these Raker decks everywhere. I expect our deck to be actually better against Dredge if people play Dredge, so I don't have a huge Dredge board. I have a main deck Needle, but no main deck Lantern, but I have extra tutor targets for Tez. I would expect to use your combo more often versus Dredge. I am going to play the Lattice. I'm not sure you need the Lattice, but I'm going to play the Lattice. And then I have this Portal to Phyrexia as an extra answer to various creature decks in the format. Unable to Scream is going to be my choice for creature removal. I'm not sure it's necessary, but I do like how Unable to Scream kind of pairs with PO and that kind of thing. It'll help us out a little bit against blue-black Lurrus, which is we talked about where this deck is better in the metagame. We think it might be better versus Lurrus PO than Lurrus PO Mirror. We think it might be better versus maybe Raker and Jewel than Lurrus PO. But where this deck is going to be definitely worse is against the Null Rod decks. This deck is going to be worse against blue-black Lurrus. I think this deck is like very unfavorable versus blue-black Lurrus, where Lurrus PO is very favorable. So that's where you're losing some ground. So we have some Unable to Screams to help with that matchup. And then I'm going to even go like way more over the top of the other One Ring combo decks in the format. I'm just going to throw 3 Hull Breachers in and have just a lights out answer to those decks. So theoretically, this deck is going to play really well into the perspective metagame. But, metagames are only as good as the matchups you draw. You never know what you'll see in round 1. High stakes, proxy friendly paper vintage returns to the US in 2026. The legendary NYSE will be back June 6th in New York, and the Oklahoma Land Run returns July 10th through 12th in Oklahoma City. More details still to come. I hope to see you there. All right, welcome round 1. Well, let's begin. Talon Gates. Worse than an island, you say? Not that this hand is particularly good, and theoretically a mulliganable hand, even if it was an island. But definitely mulligan with a Talon Gates. Seems reasonable. Certainly seeing an upside here for the Tomb. Black, Dark Ritual. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. Tez? What the hell are we getting with this, Tez? Certainly getting something. Maybe just Lotus. Hold up negation off of Lotus plus negation. Yeah, actually, that kind of seems interesting to me. Though, I guess it depends on what we're using it for. I don't know. There's definitely some options there, but I gotta think about like getting griefed or thought seized. Okay. So this is like a pretty good reason to do this way, because now I can just negate this and still have stock up after. Tinka. Close. Close. Stonks. It's definitely a pairs of stonks here that get me there. These don't get me there. It's pretty brutal, actually. I guess we'll just go top and opal. Wait. I can do it. I can just tinker right now. If I just use my Tezzeret up. Do I want to use my Tezzeret up? If we think it's mono black, then the answer is yes. So I think I just go opal, Sensei's top, play opal. Pick up a mana crypt? Pick up a mana crypt. Do I think they have like the possibility of trap or something? I think I'll just get rid of the opal in case this gets countered. Okay. That should be good enough then. I have an active top and an active citadel. 15 life. All right, they're out of here. Okay, so I assume this is mono black. We played a pretty nice game. Tezzeret looked good. Ancient Tomb looked good. I really don't have a lot of interaction though for this matchup. I assume this Karn is bad. I assume these unable to screams might be okay. Portable hole for like a null rod or void mirror might be good. Not a huge fan. I think the lantern is good, but the crypt is probably bad. The needle is probably bad. The flusters are probably bad. Even though I got the fluster dark ritual there and it was quite good. Don't think that means that it's good. Not really convinced that like negation is overall great, but I guess negation does lean into like countering a null rod. Our deck does want to counter null rod. I could play a Hercules Recall, but I think the portable holes in the chains are enough of an answer. Maybe it's just Flusterstorm, Needle, and Karn for Scream, Hole, and Lantern. I don't mind that. We just got game one, yeah. Is the DB out? Yeah, the thing's up. You should always be able to see it in the bottom left of the screen. This hand looks horrendous. I mean, it's not horrendous, but it's like really weak to Null Rod and Thoughtseize and Grief. To the point that like keeping this is probably a bad idea. I'm just mulligan this. This is better. Probably never going to be able to use this negation, so let's just see how it see how it falls. Schwamp. Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual. Hardcast Grief. Pretty good. My, whoever. And Voidwalker. Okay. All right. This is kind of awkward. I can take 4 to go. Lotus, hold on Dothy probably. I don't think I can let Dothy have... It's actually like really tough. 2 hate pieces. Maybe I just have to let the Dothy happen and I just hit May. I don't have to hit any of them. I can just try to combo. But that feels hard. I think I like Lotus, White, Hole, her, Island, Mana Vault, Time Walk, go to the next turn. This is going to be like the best Dothy of all time. It's going to have everything underneath it, every power card. Talon Gates. I mean, if they don't have anything to cast off of Lotus, then it's not that big a deal. So I don't really want to give them stock up, but am I willing to use my land drop right now? I think so. Phase this out. I'll stock up. Tez? Sapphire Tez? Is that good? Is there anything really like worth searching for here? Or do I just untap this mana vault? Try to find a PO or something? I can search for another portable hole, and then my opponent probably just does something else. Then I can get wastelanded off of it, though. I think I just untap this mana vault. Not sure, though. Alright, just attacking the Tezzeret makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Snollrod? Oh, another one. Wow. That's not great. And I drew blank. Drawing blank here is about the worst case scenario. Alright, I'll untap my portable hole. That went really badly. Kind of needed to rip something good. Between stock up and 2 top decks, but I didn't get there. Still have options, of course. But definitely less than before. These have just been terrible draws. I don't know. Like, I could have tutored for like a Sensei stop off of my Tezzeret, but I kind of just felt like I was supposed to try to leave open the ability to like rip into Time Vault or something. Yep, you got it. And a bobble, wow. Pretty solid game from them on a black side here. Not a bad draw, but I don't have very many spells left. Tez and... Okay, so I think I get rid of this for a turn, and Tez for something, but I'm like super low. I mean, these gates have been really helpful, but... but what does this Tez even really do from here? I can go to 1, like I can't really tap my mana vault. I can... Oh, I was supposed to portable hole? I guess I can still do that. But if they just put me to 1, I can't... This doesn't do anything, so... I threw this. I had to... Okay, I had to, tap differently to get a portable hole. But portable hole doesn't... But I have to portable hole this, so it doesn't really help me. Maybe I just... leave the Tezzeret in play and hope they attack it. Doesn't really get me anywhere, though. I think I'll just take this top and act like... I mean, I could draw another Talon Gates, I guess, technically. So it's not like they can only attack... Like, they can attack me here, and it's, like, no risk to them. Another Thoughtseize. Alright. Because if they just go to put me to 1, I can spin my top and hope to draw Talon Gates plus Time Vault. So it's not, you know, I mean, I guess they also have Time Walk here. Oh, I guess they can't do anything off the Dothy Voidwalker because they have a Vexing Bauble. This Dothy Voidwalker has a Time Walk, a Lotus Petal, an Ancestral, and 2 Tezzerets underneath it. It's pretty funny. I feel like this game was really rough. Let's see what they choose to do. I think they're just going to kill Tezzeret and put me to 3. Yeah, makes sense. Maybe. I mean, did I have a mana situation where that was playable? Maybe. Not really sure though. Because I kind of like need to do it. I don't know, like they would attack me and then I Talon. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's. I guess I can't get Thoughtseize, so. Pretty sure I'm going to draw and then spin after. I don't think. Well, are my outs. Like, what are my outs really? I can't cast 2 spells unless I have the second portable hole or a chain. I think I'm supposed to spin then. Oh my god. Okay. So I think I go to 1. No. I'm trying to figure out. I might just be supposed to draw Talon Gates the Mai, and spin and try to hit PO. That's like probably not good enough. So if I go portable hole the Mai and go to 1, I have to use this land and this land. And then I'll have to use my island or my mana vault to Talon Gates the Dothy. And so I'll have to untap with these 4. And I have to like spin and find an answer. Feels like pretty bad, right? I think I'd rather just like bank on my last card helping me. I actually don't know what my last card helping me even looks like though. Like it looks real bad, but I think I'm okay with this because I don't think the other play is a winning line. Okay, that's definitely not a winning line. All right, so I guess I can technically draw and play, but then I'm dead because okay. I think I played this game. Like, I probably could have won this game if I had maybe made the other line where I had gone for maybe activation on their turn. It's possible. Oh, I should definitely have brought this in. That was a whoops. Definitely should have brought that in. I don't actually want this Soul Guide Lantern. Let's just do this. All right, here we go. On the play. I think I probably could have played that game better. This is like no mana. Kind of awful. This is like, this is not particularly good either, but I guess we're doing it. Hopefully, like, they're banking on a grief or something, because it doesn't really do a whole lot. I literally have the 4 mana card in my deck list. I just sideboarded it out because it doesn't do anything here. I immediately got Thoughtseize on my Tezzeret. That's pretty good. That's actually crazy good. They can't really stop this, right? I play a Sensei's top, and then I Mystical End Step, and then I tinker away my Bauble. I just win. I guess I could get Null Rotted here, or Void Mirrored here. Those are the things that would kill me. Hope they just Thoughtseize me. Wasteland. I guess Mai is pretty good here. Oh, wait. This is fine, though, right? Oh, it's not fine. Because I have to crack Bauble. No, this is fine. This is fine. I just Mystical, and I just tinker away Bauble, and it's still fine. I might want a random card rather than a Sensei's top, right? Or do I want to leave Sensei Stop in play in case I draw my chain? I guess chaining a Null Rod's not really happening right away. I have portable holes, though. So I probably want to leave Sensei Stop in play. So it's just... And I can crack the bauble. Okay, yeah, this is fine. This is fine. So I'm going to Mystical. Mystical is really nice against discard. I'm going to Mystical for a Tinker. And then I won't have my land drop anymore, but that's okay. And I'm going to Tinker away my Vexing Bauble so that I can cast spells off the top. And then I'm going to put a Citadel in play. And I immediately brick. Okay. But they can't kill a Citadel, so... Should still be good. Unless it's a May right after. Oh, no. Nothing is going well here. They've just had all the right cards. I have Talon Gates, though. Let's see. Oh, immediately I drew the stupid-ass Chain of Vapor that doesn't work with Bolus of Citadel, man. This is why I never played Chain in the past. I mean, I can keep going through here by bouncing my own jet. I just, like... What's the percentage there? Seems kind of bad. I mean, I guess if it was a repeal, it wouldn't have helped either. I'd have to wait a full turn anyways. I could just bounce Null Rod, and then with it on the stack, I have at least a spin for like a force or something. I might just try that. Time Vault. Okay, fair enough, man. All right, my bad. Not bad. Not bad. I still don't know if I'm winning this game. I still need an answer to the my, but... Okay, so I missed up and I take 3 and go to 10. Then I probably just cast Stock Up right away after. Yeah, probably. All right. I think we can still get there. We just need one of our 4 Talon Gates or Portable Holes, right? Well, Portable Hole doesn't exactly do it with Stock Up. I mean, we might just not get there here. This card was so strong. Oh, I got Mind Break trapped. Let's think about this. I'll sack an island and bounce May. And I'll draw into Stock Up. I should spin, right? Negation? All right, do I have enough? Do I have enough here? So I negate and I go to 8 and I stock up. Sorry, no, I don't. Because I go to 7 and I go to 5 and I can't stock up after. I just don't have enough. But I could maybe hit negation blue card for the stuff after. Okay. That would be pretty cool if that was not that was enough. Okay, so I let this happen, and then I sack my island and bounce this. And then I draw with my top, and I cast Stock Up. I hit the fucking Talon Gates, chat. I would have had it if there was no trap. I would have had it if there was no trap. Well, what am I even taking off of this? Like, am I taking Force Blue card to try to counter Null Rod? Seems like a pretty terrible play, but I guess I can just rip Ancestral or something, right? Oh, I feel like I need my opponent to have like one less good card. Oh, I was turning the grief off. All right, whatever. Nothing matters. They just had like a perfect lineup against me, huh? So their hand was Thoughtseize, Grief, Black Card, Wasteland, Trap, Null Rod, May. Yeah, I mean, what's a guy gonna do? Well, I mean, all I needed to do was not brick on my Citadel, right? If my Citadel hadn't bricked, I would have been fine. If my Citadel hadn't bricked, I'd be okay. Oh well. I feel like we just got hit by like the worst possible sets of variants there. I don't think this matchup is that bad, but this hand was quite strong from the opponent too. They're not even going to cast Null Rod? I don't understand. I have Portable Hole, but it's going to be too late. Oh, they have Bowmaster and... Okay, whatever, man. Like, whatever, man. I feel like that was so sad. All right, we'll still get game 2 because I feel like that's where we probably messed up. Oh my god, CRK. Have you never cast the card Paradoxical Outcome? With Tezzeret? Like, what are we talking about, man? Okay, anyways. I think I like this starting here. Like, we got kind of punished because our opponent had a second May in their hand, but I think I should have. Well, I didn't think they'd have a second May, but I think I should just let my opponent have this stock up on Voidwalker if they want it. Just play the island, or like don't play the island, but like don't play this Talon Gates out, and then we still take the same cards. We still take Mox Tez. That's fine, and I don't really like searching for anything because like it's very high likelihood to get Thoughtseize here. But what we could have done is just search for a Tensei's Top. I think the untap is fine. Like untap here just means I'm playing towards like a PO or a stock up or an ancestral or something. Like that's fine. I don't know. We'll get back to the other game. We gotta go through all these games first. Not the first game. The first game was pretty straightforward. Like this game was fine. I mean, if I had gotten a top, they had a second May, so it was like pretty bad. Ancestral Tez. So here's the spot where one of the chatters said we could maybe just wait. I have 1, 2. Oh, I don't actually have a very good Talon Gates here though, because I have to either use my Mana Vault or pay 2 life. So it's like kind of bad, but I guess we could pay 2 life, go to 1, Talon Gates the May on their turn, Tezzeret on my turn, and then doesn't really help me though, right? Like I still need to kind of draw really well out of it. I don't really know if that line helps. This is a little, I don't know if this is my, like, a wrong plays. Like, it feels like this was okay. Well, the upside is, the May is gone for my turn is the upside. And I get to untap with all of my mana. But that's stupid, because I have all my mana right now. No, I think this is fine. If I had the extra land to play the Tez... Yeah, if I had the extra mana to do this without taking 2 damage, maybe it's worth it. But I don't think without that. I don't want to tap the Mana Vault. This is not that bad. I don't think that's... I think that's fine. So then here, I mulligan to 6. I play a Vexing Bauble to stop myself from getting griefed. I do stop myself from getting griefed, but they also have Thoughtseize, so they immediately take my Tez. I draw probably the best card in my deck with Mystical Tutor. And then I have literal top Tinker things here. If they play May here, I respond with Mystical Tinker, and I have a full Tinker with... I mean, May's pretty good, though, like stopping Sensei's top and going. I did put Unable to Scream in my deck post-board, right? So I had 2 Unable to Screams and 2 Portable Holes and kind of Chain of Vapor. So I had a bunch of options. So my opponent leads with a Null Rod here, which is... fine. We Mystical Tutor, and then we tinker away our Vexing Bubble so we can play our spells. And we immediately brick on land, which, like, I don't think is a big deal unless my opponent immediately follows up with May, which he does. And then I have this. I go to 18. So I don't have to chain here. But it's, like, not very good for me if I don't chain here, right? I think this is fine. I think chaining here is fine. I like this chain, Null Rod, spin action. It seems reasonable. And then Mental Misstep, stock up Time Vault. That's reasonable. And then Mental Misstep is reasonable. So what did Senpai say? If we had tap Tomb to spin, you want me to go to 8 to spin here? I don't think so. I think every spell matters here. Like I'm fighting to live, or like the end result is going to be me with a Citadel and a May in play, right? Like, so if I tap, I like this is tapping Tomb is only good if it's exactly negation, right? That feels like I don't have that kind of foresight here. Negation was the new card. I knew the top 2 card, not the 3rd card. That's, yeah, I mean, I don't think so. Yeah. I mean, I am gonna tap stock up if I don't. Oh, you're saying... Well, I'm not gonna cast stock up if I, like, successfully... No, I wasn't gonna tap stock up if I don't. I was gonna cast stock up off the top of Citadel. If this was all resolve. If it doesn't resolve. I wasn't planning to... No, I can't make that choice beforehand without like, not knowing. I need to be able to cast enough spells to win after. I'm not even sure stock up really does that. Like all stock up really does for me is try to get me to a May, right? So I can keep going off on my Citadel. And for that, I still need to have as much life as I possibly can. I guess, like, what spell am I actually spinning for, then? Because I boarded out Flusterstorm, right? And I can't actually cast Force. So I actually think spinning in general here is just bad, right? And I have 1 negation. I think spinning here is actually just bad in total. I think I should just let it happen, tap my blue, bounce their May, draw stock up and cast stock. I mean, I'm just losing on that is the problem. The problem is, like, casting stock up here is not actually good. That's the problem. Unless I have Citadel in play. So yeah, I mean, if I'm playing to my 1 negation out, then I can go to 8, spin the top. I luck sack my 1 new card, hit my 1 negation, draw negation, cast negation, go to 6. Then I have a top on top. I go to 4, a stock up on top. I die. So I can't even cast the stock up at that point. Because it costs 3 plus 2. I think this May just, like, solos the Citadel every time. The funny thing is that this stock up does hit the Talon gates, but I just like can't win from that point. This trap was so brutal. I'm not like, I actually don't know that I like made crazy mistakes here. I think these plays are fine. I think I just got like the worst end of variance where I bricked and my opponent had all the best possibles. Yeah, I was pretty likely to win from this mystic. I mean, to be fair, I ripped the best possible. I mean, the best possible here is like mystical or ancestral, right? Ancestral is like worse, but mystical is super good. So I don't know. I was pretty lucky too. So I don't know. Mono black sometimes. I mean, this is the kind of deck that mono black is good against. To be fair, like mono black is going to eat up on your like true combo deck. So kind of got hit the right metagame slice there for mono black. All right, we're back for round 2. Obviously, round 1 didn't go as we planned, but that's magic sometimes. God, please, mono white initiative. I sure hope not. Immediately punished for Talon Gates by not being able to time walk on turn 1. Man, I don't know. Maybe my experiment is just garbage. Maybe it just doesn't cast blue mana spells enough of a time. I'm keeping this hand, but like it's clearly the effect is so strong, but maybe it just can't ever be a 4 of. If your deck actually needs to cast blue spells on turn 1. Like it's nice if your deck like can't cast or like wants to cast blue spells later than turn 1, but it so frequently stops me from casting a spell that's probably just not worth it. I think it's good. I mean, it's good data. Disprove my theory, you know. It's so tough though, because it's clearly a broken land, but the decks that want to play it to cast blue spells, like they just need the mana so fast. It's kind of crazy because like, you know, it's kind of similar to like Urza Saga in that sense, where Urza Saga has a really big problem. Like, would you keep this hand if these were both Urza Sagas? No. Since like they're certainly better than even an Urza Saga here, because I can at least cast Time Walk on turn 2. Not sure. My opponent is currently triple queuing a Pioneer challenge and a Standard challenge. So I suspect we're getting mono whited, but we'll see. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about that. Yeah, mono white. Meadow, Ruby, Void Mirror, I assume. Meadow, Ruby, go? What does that mean? Bro, I have no idea what that means. Does that mean March of the Otherworldly Light on my jet? I see. Okay. Oh, that's a good draw. So I'm gonna go. What am I gonna go? I feel like I'm still supposed to time walk first in case I draw more mana, right? Surely I'm supposed to just time walk, see if I can get extra mana, because I can't Tezzeret into time walk. I was also hoping like these Talon Gates would be less detrimental because Tezzeret can find our Sapphire more often. And I think they will technically be. It's just that one like turn 1 blue spell plays. Unfortunately, our opponent's not F6 at the moment. I'm going to time walk just to give myself the ability to hit more land drops here. Like, I probably won't Tez unless like a good PO outlook comes around. Like if I can Ancient Tomb, where I can go Ancient Tomb, Tez, Mana Crypt, PO, replay everything, Portable Hole. That's actually quite interesting. It's bad if they have an Ancient Tomb, but if they have another single land, it's actually quite reasonable. I think what I'm gonna do is, because I could just go Tezzeret, Pearl, Portable Hole this Ruby, but I could just save this Portable Hole for like a Void Mirror if it came down. Yeah, I don't really like the idea of Tez Lotus walk there. I understand that's an option. And maybe it's worth it because I can untap Sapphire and PO. Yeah, maybe I should have done that. I don't know. This felt like a higher upside line. But maybe, or maybe like not higher upside line. Like the other one felt like a more like all-in line that I didn't feel like I need to do. Didn't hit the land though, so it did come out pretty badly for me. I think I'm just casting stock up. Maybe I'm just wrong. Well, no, that's a Tezzeret Academy. A negation is probably too late. Key is pretty bad, so maybe I just cycle probe and try to hit a Mox. Their hand is Cavern, Ancient Tomb, Peacekeeper, Dungeoneer. So if I had gone Portable Hole Ruby, they still would be able to cast Clarion Conqueror or Peacekeeper on the next turn. I did hit my Mox, which lets me Tez. But Tez is actually... I'm actually just dead to this Clarion Conqueror, right? Because I used my 2 Talon Gates early. And this Tezzeret gets turned off by Clarion Conqueror. I guess I still have Tezzeret Academy, so it's not the end of the world. Definitely gonna use my Tez though. I think what I'm supposed to do now is just get Opal and just Opal the Ruby, Opal Portable Hole the Ruby, so that I can pick everything up with PO, right? And we're just gonna have to pray for the next 2 Talon Gates. I mean, it's good I have 4 Talon Gates in my deck, because I guess I have a Chain of Vapor as well. Yeah. Pretty wild. I do feel like we've ran into 2 matchups that I wouldn't say are a large portion of the metagame right now and are quite challenging for our deck. So that's not great. I think I would have ended up in a lot better spot if I had Tezzeret for Lotus, but I guess I would have drawn way different cards, so. Yep. Ancient Tomb, Clarion Conqueror, Island. I think this is just... Probably want to leave 1 so I can DT. I'm trying to figure out if I want to leave. Yeah, I think I want to leave. I think I'm just going to leave the Talon Gates open so that I can DT. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave a blue and a Talon Gates open in case I wanted like DT for Talon Gates. Tinker. I don't have the... I do have the mana to Tinker. So I probably should. Or I could just stock up looking for a Talon Gates. Surely a Citadel is better. I could also have like a force on... I guess I'm not forcing anything with a Cavern of Souls left in my opponent's deck. This also lets me cast these off the top and thin. I gotta see how many I'm allowed to cast. Oh, another PO. I feel like I'm not supposed to cast this PO right now. Why would I not want to cast my PO right now? Maybe I'll just pass the PO for 3. I just want to find a Talon Gate so I can win on the next turn. I think I'll pick up all the non-Tezzeret artifacts. Flusterstorm. Negation. All right. I didn't find any. No DT, no Talon Gates. I'm just gonna get rid of one island, Flusterstorm. I'm gonna keep Portable Hole in case they rip like a Void Mirror. I don't think I need a Tez or a key. They're not gonna kill this Tez right away anyways. I'm trying to win on this next turn here. I mean, I have a lot of looks, right? Like I have a Citadel. I'll have 7 life. I have 2 Talon Gates. Wait, what are they casting? Like an Archon? You would still use Cavern, wouldn't you? This is not how I pictured this event going. Not the decks I was trying to play against. The amount of mono white hate I have in my deck is very low. They're just playing Anointed Peacekeeper without Cavern. They must have ripped Wasteland off the top from my Tezzeret Academy. That's crazy. All right, whatever. I'm forcing it. That means they rip Wasteland, right? There's no reason you wouldn't. Yeah. I'm not allowed anything. All right. I'm at 6. I have a Talon Gates on top. Okay, never mind. It's free. All right. This is what I'm saying, though. Isn't Talon Gates broken? So I just need to find my Time Vault. I can't Time Walk, though, so I kind of have to make it happen this turn. I can ulti my Tezzeret, but I don't know if I win that race, to be honest. All right, let's stock up. Black Lotus need a top. That gives me like 5 cards. Another Talon Gates. I guess I can always tutor with Tez to search as well. I don't think I need that just to fiddle with the top card of my library. Maybe that's worth it. PO. All right, so I think I'll just play my Sensei's top, draw my PO, cast. Oh yeah, I guess I did have. You're right. I had Tezzeret activate plus Citadel. Maybe. Oh, I wasn't at 10 yet, but I definitely could have done that. This is fine. This is going to be very, very deterministic from here, so it's probably fine. All right. I still don't have my DT or my... I still don't have either of the things I need. Which is kind of funny. Maybe I should have played Tezzeret out and ulti then. But now nothing has a haste. I guess I could make I can't attack with a Citadel. I picked up too many things to do that now. Now I have to Time Vault combo my opponent. Can't believe we actually are. We're not stuck, but just gonna cast a stock up. I missed again. Hey, where's my Time Vault? Where's my Time Vault? uh. I'll just make a bunch of mana here. This is like taking way longer than it needs to. It's got to be like in the top. There it is. I was about to say, I'm like, it can't be that many cards away. There we go. Figured it out. Now next turn we can do the thing. All right. What should we kill him with, chat? A Sensei's Top? Oh wait, that was the one I just played. Oh man. I guess I'll play another Tezzeret. I picked the one I couldn't use. It's too funny. This is taking so much longer than it needs. I'm sorry. This one's on me. Too funny though. All right. I'll go to the next game here. So like, this game was pretty awkward because I had 2 Talon Gates in my opener. But then the game was completely and utterly saved because I had 4 Talon Gates in my deck, and I could just turn off their Clarion Conqueror by playing a land. So, like, was it a win because of Talon Gates, or was it a loss and then I needed the Talon Gates to win? I have no idea. All right. What I do know is I'm bringing in Portal, and I'm bringing in Portable Hole. I think I'm going to take out Citadel on the draw. It's like Urza Saga, right? It's like Urza Saga, where Urza Saga is such a shit land on turn 1 when it doesn't cast my blue spell, but it's a very good card later in the game, right? That's just how it is. But that like makes me not sure that I really actually want the 4. But I mean, if I'm playing against mono white, I want the whole 4. So I swear you just overthink everything. What do you mean? I have to analyze this stuff. This is the whole point. This is magic. What are we talking about? Mindbreak Trap, Mindbreak Trap, Negation. Needle sounds terrible. Vexing Bauble sounds terrible. Wait, I have so many bad cards. Maybe I'll play a Hercules Recall if they're playing Null Rods and the other thing. Yeah, let's do that. Looks pretty good. 10 steps farther than I need to in terms of what? In terms of like cards? Or in terms of like my combo? Like we both agree that that was not the cleanest combo. But in terms of like cards, it's like an extremely non-trivial analysis. Is Talon Gates good? If so, how you're not helping me. You're not answering any of my questions. You're just saying I'm overthinking. About what? Be more specific. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of the stream, is to analyze things. Learn. Figure out the best things we can do. Well, why would we be here if we're not doing that? Just to see my pretty face? I know some of you are here for that. You know who's not here? Our opponent. Our opponent hit the F6 button and said, "I'll be back after I finish my Pioneer and Standard Challenge matches." They are not here to overthink. You're seeing the play 5 steps before I do, and then I get there anyways. My brother, you are in Twitch chat. I am vocalizing and entertaining for the masses. Like, if you're saying, like, I didn't see the stand-up thing and activate for 10 right away, yes, that's true. That happened. But also, not a huge deal. Very minor. I mean, I don't know. I think I see things really quickly, typically. Typically, I've already figured out the line for the way forward, and Twitch chat is still debating like 7 different ways to kill me instead. I mean, I think I'm pretty good at the game. I'm allowed to say that, right? High elo player. That's why I don't give you suggestions. That's you know, I would be a much better player if I had Dan over here giving me suggestions. It's true. Dan, Eternal Weekend champion. I mean, he might be. I don't know. I don't know who Dan is. 6 top elo player. I think you might just be underestimating what I have to do as a streamer to, like, how much time I have to take to vocalize thoughts. If I'm not streaming, like, I just do things. Like, I process it. I don't have to say anything. I pick all the right, you know, I think through the lines. I pick the right line. And I just do it. But when I'm here, like, I'm trying to tell you what I'm thinking. So it's obviously going to be a lot slower than whatever I was thinking about, right? I'm thinking this hand sucks. Mulligan. Probably need to play a little faster here. I took a lot of time there with my indeterministic combo for no reason. It's like not all. It's like it's about entertaining, but it's also about like the vocalization part is part of entertaining, right? But it's also just like a time-consuming activity. So like, if you think about it, I need to think through the lines, and then I need to pick the right one, and then I need to verbalize all of the lines I thought about, and then tell you why I chose the right one, right? And I don't have to do that. I choose to do that because I think it makes for the best stream. I think it makes for the best content in terms of learning. And I think it makes me better because when you vocalize things that you're trying to teach, you reinforce them for yourself. It sounds quite good. And sometimes that goes badly, right? Like sometimes I get caught in the weeds and I like focus on a bad Twitch chat line, or I like, you know, I make mistakes because I spent, you know, too much brain power talking about a different line or this thing or that thing. Like, it's not perfect. I play worse on stream. Like I always say, I play 20% worse on stream typically, I would say. On average. Am I supposed to get something here other than Ancestral? Like, it's not a big deal. I mean, my opponent has one card left, man. I'm just going to tinker my... Oh, no! I took out Citadel. I take out Citadel on the draw because it's very hard to do a Sinker Citadel when I don't have, like, a lot of ways to remove... that's... Okay, well... We'll have to see what opponent's last card is. If it's an initiative creature, we might just tinker a portal. Yeah, I mean, I can go Ancestral instead, of course. Of course, I can go Ancestral instead. Like, if I don't have to force anything, then I easily go Ancestral. But, yeah. Like, oh, man. I do pretty well on stream. And actually, recently, CRK pointed out, I had no idea this was the case. I did feel like I was winning a lot more than... Oh, my God. Okay. Strip mine, my basic. I've actually done really well since the printing of Tezzeret. I have like a 62.5% win rate on Magic Online since then, which is like the second highest among anyone, which is really high for me. I normally am not that high of a win rate player because I'm usually playing a bunch of really bad brews. I normally have around like 54% or something online. Chained their Chrome Mox. I'm tapped out. So probably not. I think I'm going to let this resolve, and I'm just going to portal it. And then I will Ancestral after that. Oh, never mind. I'm going to Time Walk, then Ancestral, then portal it. Seems good. We know they have a Plains, so... Maybe I don't even have to Time Walk, so I can hold up Force. Never mind. I'll just do fucking everything. Oh, I did not hit a blue card off that. Maybe I just go Vault Key then. So this is a land and a key. I'm one short if I go Vault Key, right? I mean, it's highly... I mean, they can scry and find a Null Rod, and I technically don't have the ability to answer it because I Time Walked. So maybe this was like a bad line. It's possible. Also, sometimes on when I'm streaming, I just pick lines and then find out later why they're bad because I think it's sometimes more fun that way. I guess I'll just take like... So if I mean, I'm gonna have the initiative right away after this. That's fine. I think I'll just take Tez top, and I'll just tinker into the portal, take the initiative, and get a basic. Oh, I don't get this till the next turn. So that's not great for me. Yeah. Maybe I just was supposed to go. I didn't want to like go for a slow Volt Key because they are going into the Lost Well here. The fact that I didn't find another blue card on that stock up was pretty bad. Because like I could force anything here if I had a blue card. Probably a mistake overall. They went top. See what they have, I guess. Watch them just like Witch Enchanter it. Oh, another one. So they immediately stash. I mean, it's like kind of annoying, right? Yeah, I should not have taken Sensei's top. I mean, I can just block this thing. They just made this attack. Wait, why did they do that? Wait, what the hell? They just made this attack into my Sensei's, my Seasoned Engineer. So as long as my Sensei's top finds me a blue card and I can force like a removal spell, then I just kill their thing. Okay, I mean this game is over. I do think there was lots of winning lines from the place I started from. This is not a May, right? It's just goad target creature. Yeah. Interesting. Does it go away? Oh, you're right. Maybe it goes away. How long does goad last? You're right. I think I can't read this thing. I think it's just as goad. You're right. I think it probably just goes away then. So then they don't attack. But if they don't attack, I guess they don't get the archives either. So like, wouldn't they rather have stash? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter. You're right though. They don't attack with it because this wears off. True. All right, there's my blue card. So, oh, I also can attack and then untap my creature with Tezzeret. That's gonna be sick. I wish it would like say that, but all right. This time I'm just gonna hold this stupid stock up so I don't f this up. Wait, what can I Tezzeret for? Is there like anything I can get that just like instantly wins? I don't really think there is. Why do we need to use the untap? What are y'all talking about? I can't attack this turn. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm gonna just untap the Soul Ring and play and spin. Oh. I have force up, so I think I just leave that on top. I'll probably draw with this Sensei's top anyways, because I want to get my Tezzeret to ultimate. Bunch of portable holes and no white mana. I've definitely made this game harder than it needed to be again. That's fine. It happens. So I have a force. I have an unable to scream. I can attack with my Seasoned Engineer, mill away a bad card, untap it with my Tezzeret. And so as long as my opponent doesn't go like Cavern Initiative Creature, that's like the worst possible thing that can happen. Obviously, they drew one card here. So if like they play it this turn, then there's no chance that can happen. But if they don't do anything... Well, like, so the problem with your line, CRK, is it like you are giving yourself the opportunity to lose the game when there's just no reason to do that. If I just go with the Volt Key line and my opponent just slams a Clarion Conqueror uncounterably, I just lose. So like we're trying to limit the ways we can lose the game. We're trying to pick the most surefire way to like progress forward. We want to like make the chance of losing as small as possible. I think this was kind of maybe I'm just supposed to force the stock with stock ups. Maybe I was. But I don't think my line was like better. Like, but like I don't like Tezzeret and hoping I can tinker on the next turn when my opponent can just like drop a Null Rod, drop a Clarion Conqueror. Well, I didn't know what card my opponent was drawing, Bob. Like, different cards produce different outcomes. I kind of thought I was pitching my stock up. I'm not going to lie to you. But I don't really like how it turned out. So now we're going to cast the stock up on the next turn. But only after I mill away whatever was underneath this, like a Hercules Recall. Yeah. I could maybe have like played Tezzeret and then untapped and tinkered a Vault Key, and that might have like I mean, in this game it would have won the game. That doesn't mean it's like the best play, you know? All right, attack with the Seasoned Engineer, mill over the whatever this thing was, Hercules. I'm not gonna untap first. I'm gonna stock up first in case I hit Time Vault. Opal, Talon Gates, PO. I'm just gonna go for a PO. I'm just gonna tutor a Mana Crypt and PO. And then I'll replay and untap after. Do I want the extra card? Yeah. I'm picking this up. I'm gonna pick up this thing for an extra card as well. I don't think it matters being in play. This is why Tezzeret's good with PO, because it just is. It gets you an extra rock every single time. I can probably even get another one here. Let's see, down to 2, up to... I'll just wait. I'll just PO again. I'm just gonna make sure win in time, I guess. But I have this huge Seasoned Engineer, so... Not a problem. I don't think I was playing Vintage before Kaladesh. He was asking me what I was playing, not what Soli was playing. I'm just messing around. So this is 6, 11, 14 exactly. I'm going to kill them in one attack. Just when they come back. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not like... I'm not attached to the line I chose this game with the Tinker and the Citadel. I mean, I would have just Tinkered a Citadel if I had a Citadel in my deck. And maybe I'm supposed to have a Citadel, but like, how often do you like have a Citadel, like no Locks piece in play as mono white? Like, I feel like the games where there's no lock piece in play, like you're probably just winning anyways. All right, I will trap my opponent. And I'll take all this damage. And I'll just untap this just in case. And then I'll go to combat. And what am I attacking with? A ruby? A ruby. Get in there. Thank you for your seasoned engineer. It was great. Bam. Yeah, not my cleanest comboing, but like I've been telling people this, like the comboing doesn't matter too much. Like as long as you're not making egregious mistakes in how you're going off, it's all kind of you did the hard part already. This deck does have like a little bit of little less tools, but also like a little more not inaccuracies, but like blips in how you do things. It's fun though. Okay, here we go. We're just doing a little blast from the past, talking about old deck lists and different types of ideas in terms of attacking and planeswalkers and creatures. Mono White has really churned up the conversation about that kind of thing, and I think a beautiful example of holistic metagame shifts in Vintage and how we can adapt to different new decks that are strong. This hand is not good if my opponent is on Bazaar. But if my opponent is not on Bazaar, then this hand's quite reasonable, and I kind of want to keep it. Like, this hand is quite good against a variety of no Luris decks that are not Bazaar. And the stock up is castable on turn 2 off Ancient Tomb, which is quite nice as well. I think in general, people like the cultural shift in Magic for bans over the last 10 years, I would say. Has kind of hurt innovation where people are more incentivized to yell about issues than they are to try to solve them. I felt, and it might be nostalgia, right? It could just be nostalgia. I felt back when like I was playing Grand Prix, people were putting a lot more effort to like try to make the next deck that beats the Grand Prix meta, you know? And people were just like, you know, there was a lot of paper things happening. I'm gonna not counter this Chalice, but might be right. Oh, Ancient Tomb. Okay. I mean, I kept a good hand versus Ancient Tomb. We'll see what their follow-up is. Void Mirror. All right, well, there's no reason not to counter this one, because I'll lose access to my negation anyways. Yeah, I mean, there's obviously lots of facets to that conversation. I did start this topic, chat, so I'm not going to blame anyone but myself here. But we're going to wrap this up and focus on the game. How about that? Sound good? It was nice because our opponent wasn't around, but now that we're here... Mono red, huh? My hand is not very good against mono red. Oh, turn 2 Karn off of Simian Spirit Guide, huh? All right, well, I feel like I countered the right spells, and I do still have a stock up. I just feel very disadvantaged from this spot. My opponent only has 1 card left. I played mono black, mono white, and mono red tonight. That's crazy. Uh, not like this is actually a really bad gauntlet to run as like a mono blue combo player, but what am I gonna do? Actually, the Soul Ring is pretty good against the Chalice if there was no Karn. Ooh, a Needle on Karn might be reasonable here. What else am I taking? I have 3 basic islands though. I wouldn't say there's like no innovation in Vintage, but it is lower than the past. There are like, mm, it's hard to quantify. I wish there would be more people who were interested in making new deck lists, but it doesn't seem like there are. Which is fine. Like people enjoy Magic in different ways. I'm definitely taking this Needle. I guess I'm taking Island, right? Is 3 islands too many islands? It might be. But like the other cards don't technically do anything. And it's very hard for me to remove this Karn. Like only Chain of Vapor is removing Karn. Getting an additional 1-drop artifact means my Galarian Academy might be more useful later. I think I'm just going to take this island, which maybe is wrong. There are just like not a lot of Vintage players as part of the problem. Yeah, like only if I have enough mana to do that. So my opponent immediately... Oh, fuck. Fable. That's so good here. I think the only thing better there is like Bombardier, maybe. They're going to tutor with their Karn. So that they have an extra card to pitch to Fable. They got a Null Rod out of their board. I see. Not a bad draw. Am I Ancestraling right away? Kind of don't feel like I am. Two damage is a lot of damage here. I mean, I think I am just... I mean, I can Merchant for... I don't want to Merchant for Chain if they, like, keep the Null Rod. But if they pitch away the Null Rod to the Karn, then I can bounce the Karn, but I still have to beat a Chalice. I would play 4 Null Rod in the main of Mono Red. But... this is where you like to have Flame of Anors. I think I might wait a turn and see if they pitch the Null Rod, so I can possibly set up a chain PO. But that in that case, I wish I had the Mana Vault. So, like, shame on me for not taking the Mana Vault, right? I just thought it was, like, so unlikely. But if I had the Mana Vault, I'd actually be in, like, a much better spot here, so... Right, that's why I'm not Merchant Scrolling right now. Like, I'm going to give them the opportunity to pitch this Null Rod to Fable. If they don't, and they just play Null Rod, then I'll just Merchant for Ancestral, and we'll try to play the game out normally, which I don't know how we win that, but... I don't know. Like, opponent has had Void Mirror, Chalice, Karn, Null Rod, and Fable probably the best possible follow-up to, like, take cards and turn them into real cards and make a threat. It's pretty brutal. They pitched the Null Rod, and they pitched a Void Mirror. Okay. So, 3 unknowns in my opponent's hand. 4 mana now. 2 unknowns. 5 mana after they attack with Goblin. So, yeah. So, I'm extremely... Oh, they just had a second Null Rod. Okay, so they must have, like, 2 Null Rods main, 2 Null Rods board? Is that what's happening? Okay, so their hand had Void Mirror. No, after looting, they had Void Mirror, 2 Null Rods. Noted. All right. All right. Well, I will Merchant Scroll, and I'm gonna get an Ancestral Recall, considering chain is not enough here. And I don't have Snapcaster. I do have a Portable Hole, so I could have... There's still a Chalice, though. So I could, like, Portable Hole the Null Rod, chain the Karn. But, like, I still need white mana to do that. It's quite tough. Time Vault. Stock up. I mean, I'm glad... I don't know. I'm kind of glad I took the island here. Just, like, keep advancing my mana. I'm just like being the most possible punish for playing this version of the deck today. Instead of freaking instead of playing like, oh, a Lyris PO deck or a blue white Quantum Riddler deck, I'm playing this like stupid all-in combo deck, and I'm just getting null rotted every round. Talon Gates doesn't really help me against non-creatures. I think I'm just supposed to cast Stock Up. Saga Gaming sounds nuts. I'm glad I cast Stock Up. Okay, that could be game saving. Should I take Force then to like have an answer? There's no reason really not to. Stock up, baby. All right, I'm playing Urza Saga. Next turn, I'll make a 4/4. No, this is what I'm talking about, though. Like, Saga is great when you draw it on turn 6. It's when you have it on turn 1 that it loses you the game. I also like having a bajillion islands, so... All right, so how much damage am I taking, chat? This doesn't, like, do anything crazy by itself, right? I'm taking 4 this turn, and then I'm stable. Bro, if I win this game because my deck is just 7,000 islands, be pretty nice. Okay. I can also get a key so that if I ever do break out, I just immediately Vault Key. All right. I can't play any of these zeros. But I do have 4/4s now, which will become 6/6s. I have a Talon Gates in reserve. I can PO, but I probably won't. Oh, they're going to try to get in for 2 here. Okay. Extra 2. I have a Force for a Bombardier. That's why I'm not really casting the PO at the moment. Assuming they have a Bombardier in their deck. Like, sometimes you can't just fit all of these cards in your decks. I got a hand. Not all the cards in my hand are dead. This Needle coming in a little clutch. So we didn't just lose to the Karn. They're just making a treasure token. All right. Fair enough. 2 cards in my opponent's hand. I will block. Okay, I love that. Maybe 1 Saga to rule them all. Top. That's good. It makes my things bigger. I think I'm going to get a key. It's another 1-drop I can pick up. I could get a 0 because I don't want to draw a 0. I think it's probably correct to get a key, though. And then I'll play out a top. And I'm attacking. Well, I guess attacking is bad because they just make a copy. So there's not a huge reason to attack. So that doesn't make any sense. So I guess I'm just waiting 1 more turn here. I guess this doesn't make a copy at end step, but does that matter? Yeah, I think I just wait. Oh no, I don't know. Combat math. I'm a vintage player. I don't have to learn that. I'd like to be able to hard cast a Force of Will, and then if they don't do anything, then I can PO. But I guess this attack is like lethal, so it's kind of tough to be like picking up 1-drops when I want to attack with my 1-drops. My opponent's just flooding out. All right, here comes a play. 2 cards in hand. Oh God, is a Fury? It's a Fury. Do I have to force Fury? Question mark. Yeah, because there's a reflection of Kiki-Jiki in play. Damn. So I lose my PO. Okay. So time to get attacking. I can push in this Talon Gates to get rid of the token that gets made to block. And then they'll have to chump with multiple things. Ooh. That's quite good. I can't die on the swing back, right? So I'll just never mind about that Talon Gates. I guess at any point, technically, I can attack the Karn. But they're so low on life, I don't have to do that. I think I just let them chump. Because the most they can attack for is 4, right? And I still have a Talon Gates, technically. Wow. I don't know if I'm lucky, because I did stock up. Basic Islands have been nice. Phase out in response. Oh, does that just win on the spot? Yeah, it does just win on the spot. You're right. I wasn't really looking at that. More content. More content. Reckless Impulse. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sundering Eruption Mountain. Yeah, you're right. You're totally right. I had the lethal there. It's okay. It happens. Bad play though, for sure. I feel like I might have like seen it if I didn't draw the force, which is funny. I think once I drew the force, I was just like clocked out, you know? Boom. All right. Yeah, not my best game of Magic, but kind of an interesting one. And we've got to face a lot of cool decks tonight, which is sweet. All right, so I think this is definitely a Portal matchup, but I don't think this is a matchup where I'm taking out Citadel. The only one that's actually really bad is the Void Mirror, but like the Null Rods and stuff, you can play Citadel through. The Portable Forge, the Portable Hole comes in. Portable Forge is TFT. Typically, I don't actually like Mind Break Trap. Negation will come in though. With Null Rods and Void Mirrors, Hercules probably comes in. And I don't know. Unable to Scream doesn't stop Magus, right? So I don't think we're playing Unable to Scream. Seems like it wouldn't be good. Consign I would play, but only on the play, probably. It's like if you dress down I think it's like a dress down, right? If you dress down a Magus of the Moon, it doesn't really help. I don't know that this needle is actually good. So I might end up bringing in like a Mind Break Trap or a Consign anyways. Mental Misstep is like definitely not good. Probe, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll bring in Consign and Trap. One thing with like having a bunch of Tezzerets in your deck is you don't have like a super high blue count, which is a little awkward, but let's try this. Like, if they end up with, like, Caves of Chaos Adventurer in their deck, then it might still be correct to play Unable to Scream, but we just, like, didn't have enough information based on game 1 to make that choice. They flooded out super hard. All right. So what are we looking at here, chat? We have Saga again, but this time we don't have 5 islands. We technically have the turn 1 Saga Mox Time Vault win in 2 turns, but only if my opponent doesn't play a Void Mirror or a Null Rod or a Blood Moon on turn 1, which that feels like asking for a lot. DT definitely not at its best in this matchup. Feel like this has to be mulliganed. I think my opponent has 4. Like, we know that there's at least 4 Null Rods, a Karn, probably 4 Void Mirrors, probably at least 4 Blood Moon effects. Like, I can't imagine them keeping a 7 that doesn't have a turn 1 of one of those. Like, also a Vexing Bauble. So I think this hand just has to be mulliganed. This hand is not much better. In fact, this hand is garbage. I don't even think I can keep this hand. All right, I think this is my best hand, so this is probably a not worry about negating anything because I'm so far behind as it is and just keep my lands angle. This looks quite bad, though. I just can't imagine never keeping R7 if, like, based on what we've seen of their deck, yeah. Well, the good news is if they're banking on Void Mirror doing anything, we don't have anything in our hand that it does get stopped by it right now. I'm gonna go Island Soul Ring. Not, I mean, that's a great draw. It's a good draw. See if we get Null Rotted. Glad I played the Island and not the Talon Gates by accident. That would have been bad. All right, 3-drop. Is it a Fable? Is it a Blood Moon? Is it a Bombardier? It's a Fable. Okay. So we get to stock up. Time Vault. Gotta be careful not to play that without blue mana. All right, so we have lots of good stuff here. Tezzeret Saga looks like the best. We have a Tezzeret combo. We have 5 mana next turn. So they're going to have to Null Rod us. I could play Island instead in case they have Wastelands in their deck. That's what I'm thinking about the most here. Is I don't think they have Wastelands in their deck. Blood Moon decks don't typically. And I have more islands in case I get Sundering. I kind of want to, like, bait a Sundering Eruption. Blood Moon does not kill Saga anymore. It just turns into a mountain, I believe. I think the rule changes of that made it so that's not a big deal. I almost want to play Saga in case they have another Sundering Eruption in hand so they can attack it with a Sundering Eruption. I think I'm going to play the Saga out. I don't think they have a Wasteland in their deck, and I think this actually incentivizes them to, like, Sundering Eruption my Saga or play a Blood Moon, both of which we don't care about. So I think this is, like, this kind of maybe de-incentivizes, like, Null Rod effects. Void Mirror. Those cards were not very good. Yeah, it does, like, a lot different thing now. Like, it stays on whatever you had before. So, like, if you have a Saga on 2 and you Blood Moon, then I have an infinitely construct-making mountain. At one point, Blood Moon would just, like, erase the Saga completely off the map. No, you don't typically play Wasteland in mono red because Wasteland doesn't really play well with Blood Moon, is the thing, CRK. It's not impossible. You absolutely can play Wasteland in mono red, and sometimes you do, but it's just because it's not really what the Blood Moon deck is trying to do. See what they choose to do, though. Incoming Shaman. I'm kind of hoping it's like a Blood Moon or a Sundering Eruption or a Fury or a Fable or something. Because we only have to play 2 spells. And we have a blue mana for each of them already. So, like, we're in a great spot. Just depending on what they choose to play here. And it's not trivial. Like, it's not easy for them to know which one to play here. Like, you kind of are, like, with what you see in play, you're incentivized to, like, try to attack this Saga Mountain. And here it comes. Fable. Okay. They can still play a Null Rod. No Null Rod. All right. I think I'm not sure what stops us here. A braid. A braid would be something that stops us, maybe. But we're definitely going to go for it. I guess there's like no sequence here that I could like play a Tezzeret. Yeah, I mean, they would always just respond to the Tezzeret no matter what. So I think we just play Tezzeret first and then like this gives them an opportunity to maybe like make a mistake by targeting that thing somehow. Like if they have a braid as their last card, that's like where we go wrong here. We will still get to make 1 construct after, probably, unless we get Blood Mooned, so. I feel like a braid is so narrow that you just have to go jam here. Yeah, nice. Especially because Fable will take up next turn looking for null rods. That went a lot better than the other mono matchups we played against. All right, welcome to round 4. Vintage Challenge up against fellow streamer Sean, Dissolutionist, who is 2-1 as well. Our deck is probably not amazing against Breach Control, unfortunately. We're going to get main deck Mindbreak trapped all over the place. Nice heavy Mox in hand. Turn 1 stock up that they can't get Mindbreak trapped. Pretty good. I would say we're super unfavored, though. His deck is, like, specifically geared to beat blue decks. And it preys on decks that can Mindbreak trap. Turn 1 stock up. Immediately forced. He can complain all he wants, but it's that good. Turn 1 play. Better than a ponder. We got no follow-up plays, though. That's the biggest problem here. We're going to give him time to get up to mana drain mana, and then we won't be able to resolve a spell for the rest of the game. Not much we can do about it, though. Like, that's how our deck functions. PO is obviously a great draw. Stock up is a great draw. Ancestral Tezzeret Time Vault. So, this is interesting. If I take Time Vault and cast it right now, and I take Tezzeret, if I draw a blue land, I have negation backup. Seems good. Like, I feel like it's worth it. All right, chat. Someone summon me an island, baby. Sensei's top. So are we just getting Tezzeret drained? just getting Tezzeret drained. They can have hardcast negation as well. I feel like we just wait. It's mental misstep. That's unfortunate. It's like really bad for us if we play Tezzeret and it gets drained. I mean, he has to have drain and gifts, but he always has it. He always has it. I don't really think this gets that much better though, and we still can turn black sources into wins as well. I don't really like waiting. Yep, has the drain. The mental misstep is crazy work here. All right, time to see if he's got the follow-up gifts kill us. Even stock up is probably good enough. But if he's got nothing, then it's just Luris. Yeah, he's got it. That's crazy work. Force blue card, missed up my one drop. He pitched gifts to force. Drain into gifts. Yeah, sometimes you get the nuts. That's what I'm saying. His deck is quite good against my all-in combo deck. I assume there's a deterministic off this. He might just go get like all counter spells. We can still beat all counter spells though. I mean, the problem now is we have to wait 10 minutes for him to make one of his 100,000 piles. There's 100,000 combinations of gifts piles, and all of them are totally pickable in this spot. I don't know. I think shoving here is fine. Like, if we wait... So here's the problem with waiting, chat. Like, if we wait, then, like... He can just untap and play a land and then gifts us when we don't go for it, you know? Skipping a turn? I don't really think so. Like, I think we're just trying to untap, draw this turn, and find a blue land. Like, a blue land is all we really wanted, right? Having a hard cast negation to protect us. And, like... I just like waiting like means he's more likely to have the drain after and more likely to have lands and more likely to have gift. Like, I don't think that waiting helps that much. Don't know. Our deck isn't really like great on waiting, and we already ripped pretty well to get to this spot. And the top was a great play because the top could just find us a blue card for next turn to guarantee it, right? Not a blue card, a blue land. Ancestral Lotus, Breach, stock up. So let's see. The breach has to go to the yard. What if I just give him Ancestral Lotus? No, Lotus. Ancestral Lotus means you could play Luris, Lotus, cast Ancestral, 2 cards left. Stock up's better than Ancestral here, right? Because all he needs to do is find Force blue card. So, like, Breaches goes to the yard, and then I can give him 6 mana, and 6 mana and an Ancestral is insane, isn't it? But if I give him stock, has he played a land already? He played a land, right? He did play a land. So he would have to draw... He'd have to Ancestral into a Mox to be able to cast stock up after. If I give him just straight up 2 draw spells. It also just gives him a blue card. Oh, I'm dead next turn, right? I'm dead next turn. So what I'm trying to do is give myself the highest probability that my opponent, if I rip a Tezzeret, that my opponent can't counter it. I think I could give him stock up Lotus. I guess it like gives him the ability to have another stock up. That does increase the chance. I feel like stock up feels like the best card here. I think I'm gonna give him stock up Ancestral. Choose the cards to put in the graveyard. We have to win this turn, obviously, but that's okay. I think that was like kind of always the case. We have some good draws. 2 stock ups, 3 Tezzerets, 1 key, every Talon Gates, black artifact mana. Wow, isn't this greedy? I don't know what his counter base is right now, but like, isn't stock up better than Ancestral here? I mean, this is greedy. Like, he can hit Mox and then play stock up. I mean, if he hits Time Walk, he hits Time Walk. Maybe he just has Time Walk in his hand. I think I'm not winning if he has Time Walk in his hand, no matter, regardless. Right, he just has Time Walk. I don't know if he drew it off Ancestral or not, but if he stocked up with Lotus, he'd also Time Walk, so. So now he has stock up and can have Drain up, so I think we're just dead. Yeah, I really don't have regrets on this game. He had a great set of counters for what we did. He turn 1 forced us, misstepped our top, and then had the drain into the gifts. Might have even like drawn the gifts, considering he also had 2 gifts because he forced pitching gifts. So Probe knows my whole hand. He can't really lose from here. Mystical. It doesn't really do anything, sadly. It's kind of a bad draw, all things considered. Probably not even casting it, right? Like, what does he have? Dress down cycle? Sure. There's like nothing. I can get Tinker, but that's not good. I can get PO, but it's not good. I'll just negate this. This is fine. I'm gonna skip my turn here because my opponent doesn't have. Oh, he's just gonna drain. Wait, doesn't that mean he just gets mana on the next phase? Oh, I guess he just gets to get Luris here. Okay, so I'm not going to skip my turn. That means he has another answer to this demonic already in hand, so just no chance of ever winning. This just means he buys Luris on the second main phase and then counters my demonic tutor and kills me. Because I can't skip a turn now because he'll just Luris breach kill us. Stock up is so good. It's literally, I can't believe he always says like stock up is so bad. I'm like, it's the core part of your deck. Like it's the only reason your deck works. That's the whole deck. It's a stock up deck. Crazy. Not bad, though. We put up a good fight here. It's just because it's a new card. He hates new cards. Flusterstorm, Force Gifts, Stock Up, Breach. You got it. All right. All right. I have some help here, but not great ones. Not great stuff here. I have Lantern, Negation, Trap. I can take out Needle, Portable Hole. Probably just have to leave all my slow tutors in, even though they're shit here. I don't think Breacher is particularly good, considering the only draw spell is Ancestral. So nothing to get off of that. Yeah, this matchup is just atrocious. This looks awful. So bad. Just gonna get rid of this Mystical. I don't think Chain is great, but kind of feel like it's better than Mystical. He doesn't have Karn, actually, so it's probably just doesn't do anything for us. Is every matchup? No, I talked about it in the opener. I'm like, want to play against Jewel and Raker Shops and Dredge. We've hit the complete wrong side of the metagame. I think we've played 4 bad matchups. That's what happens when you metagame. Sometimes you round 1 lose to mono black, and then you're in the 0-1 bracket. Matchup is just so bad. It would have been pretty sweet if we had hit the island and played the negation. I mean, he might have even had another force at that point. I don't think he did, but could have even had another force. No, I think this deck is actually bad against mono black, Ian. Like, this is very, very, very different from Luris PO, like Jeskai. Like, I have a very hard time beating a May or a Mai or whatever she is called. Like, I talked about it a lot. This deck has a very different matchup spread than Luris PO. It's an extremely different deck. This hand sucks. It's a garbage. This hand also kind of sucks. How do I draw all of them in the same hand? I have 5 islands. Let me have an island, a Delegates. Like, I just have to keep this and die. Just get rid of one. Surely my probe will hit me Mox or something. I don't think 5 is better than this. I think like we're getting mental misstepped. All right. I'm not mental misstepping back. I don't think 3 gates is an issue here. Like we'll find like we can cast our spells, we'll find Moxen, like it's not a big deal. It's annoying, but like mulliganing is much worse. We can't like afford to like mulligan to 5 on the play against the 7 card control deck. Like that's just not a feasible plan. Wait, we mental misstepped, but I have mental, but you have an ancestral? In what world? I mean, I'm down. I'll mental misstep your ancestral. Works for me. I think I'm still dead, but I tried my best. Just cast stock up and he wins here. Just play stock up into Flusterstorm. No fear. And he just throws away a mental misstep with an ancestral in his hand, throws a stock up directly into blue mana for Flusterstorm. I mean, his jamming worked out. My jamming didn't. Unfortunate. Okay. I think we're wrapping this one up. All right, let's just go to the next round here. Not really worth playing out. He's casting the good cards, stock up, and we're dead. I mean, I guess he can cast Ancestral. He'll leave him with more mana. Doesn't really matter. Wrong order here in Magic the Gathering cards. I think we actually have it like... No, we just don't have a chance. Like, once we mulligan, like, we just couldn't ever win. Even if our opponent throws away an Ancestral, just no chance. Oh well. Like I said, terrible matchup and really bad draws this time. Okay, here we go. 2-2. We might have a nice little blue matchup here. My hand is like not great. On the play, I would probably keep this. But on the draw, they have a Citadel. We don't even play a turn 1 play. Don't have a force. It's gotta be a mulligan. Mulligan into force. No mana. Okay, so another mulligan. I'm just not allowed to play the game today, I guess. I feel like we've had so many more mulligan to deaths in this event than I do with normal Luris PO. Maybe I just have a wider range I feel like I can keep, or maybe it's just like the things I'm facing are so polarizing. Like, we're playing the same deck, but my opponent has turn 1 Tezzeret, and we have turn 1 Island Go. You know? Like... Mox Pearl, huh? Maybe they drew the portable hole. It's kind of the only reason you'd go Mox Pearl, right? Maybe it's just Raker. I mean, if it's just Raker, like I'm pretty dead. Oh man, the Tezzeret had 2 more abilities, so if I go stock up for force, he can just go Vexing Bauble. What am I supposed to do here? I feel like I just like stock up, hope I don't die, and I try to combo kill my opponent, but then he can still go Vexing Bauble. I'm just so far behind. I'm so far behind. If it's PO, I want Flusterstorm up. I think I want to pass. Maybe I'm not supposed to play Mana Crypt then. I think I'm playing against like a semi-mirror match, like another mono blue, a mono blue deck. Like, I'm the most worried about stock up and PO from this spot, assuming they're not on Raker. And if they're not on Raker, then playing up with Flusterstorm makes sense. And playing out the Mana Crypt makes sense because I still don't want to get bobbled. My opponent just upkeep. Okay, yeah, nice play. My opponent upkeep, spun, drew with top, so he can play top after he does whatever he wants for turn. It will up the Tezzeret so that he can tutor. Nice play. What are we searching for? Are we searching for a Vexing Bauble? Soul Ring. Stock up still. A new Tezzeret. Okay. Search. Still no sign if this is Raker or blue cards. Manifold Key. Interesting to go over with top draws. All right, well, now we're going to go stocking up, so... I drew the stupid Citadel again. I mean, at least we have, like, a lot of access to Black Lotus in our deck with Tezzeret, so maybe it's fine. Draw with top. Blind draw with top. Blind drew into force. All right, Flusterstorm that. It's about as good as it gets. Probably looking for, like, force here. Whoa. Okay. Right. Right. I guess we'll just take Ancestral Force. Still a winnable game. So here comes Sensei's top. And then Manifold Key. Are we drawing two? Still pretty worried about, like, Tezzeret, Fine Bauble. Spin top first and then draw two. Makes sense. Also, this will let them go, like, top, activate, hold priority, Manifold Key, activate, draw, replay top, search with Tezzeret. I guess I could counter top, but then they just search for another top. But I don't think I can. I think I'm gonna have to force a bobble, right? I feel like I kind of have to. So far behind. It's annoying that these Tezzerets have gotten so much value. Another Ancient Tomb. Wait, he didn't use the Manifold Key. That's weird, right? Are we just drawing a card and shuffling away and getting a new top? Vexing Bauble. All right, I'll just force this Vexing Bauble. Especially if I want a Citadel in this game. Is it Time Vault after? I mean, I can't do anything about that, so... I mean, he lost his Sensei's top, right? New Tezzeret. Makes sense. Now he gets to go get to the top again. Okay, I mean, like, this is fine. Like, this is not the end of the world. This Ancestral can bail us out, maybe. Got a Mana Crypt. You don't have a Karn after this, do you? Or, like, last card PO or something? Oh! Jesus. Okay, well... I feel like I just am not on the same power level. My opponent pitched a misdirection for their force. Banger. So we are playing the pseudo mirror here. Think my deck is a little bit more streamlined. Because I did look at this player's lists when I was making this deck. It has a little bit more versatility, a little bit more, you know, interesting cards in it. But it's going to come down to, like, who gets to go turn one Tezzeret, and my opponent went turn one Tezzeret, so... Ay. They played out the Mana Crypt. I guess I need to see that they find a way to answer this time. Mana Crypt first. Once they answer this Mana Crypt, we can concede. Because I know their list, basically. I don't know. We put up a pretty good fight for our mulligan. We mulligan to what, 5? Yeah, see, they have like Seats of the Cyanod and nonsense. Seat of the Cyanod. Imagine playing Seat of the Cyanod versus our 3 Null Rod opponents, chat. See if they get the End Stone. Yeah, I can't imagine ever registering Seat of the Cyanod in 2026, but some people are built different. I can tell you these Hull Breachers are going to be quite good. I can tell you that Negation and Trap should be good. It's not clear that Hurkyl's Recall is good. These Consign should be good. How am I going to fit all of those magic cards into this deck? That I have no idea. What am I supposed to do? Let's see. Needle. Don't need that. I guess I can just take out Portable Hole. Maybe I can take out a Talon Gates here. Maybe I can take out Chain. I don't know if I want to have Chain as like an answer to Karn. Chain Mystical. Blah, blah, blah. Don't know. This is tough. Don't know. How many lands can I go down here? Probably at least one more. There's still Stock Up and some PO. Think I still want Flusters. Actually, you might not be on POs. No, we saw a PO. Yeah, 4 PO, 4 Stock Up, 2 Transmute. Yeah, I think Flusters are good here. It's just kind of like playing against a Jewel deck that is like a little less all-in because it can play Stock Ups and stuff. Or just get rid of this Probe. I know, I don't think I need to know the cards that are coming down. All right. Yeah, that hand is acceptable for sure. A Huncolored Jet making the Talon Gates not matter. Kind of funny. It's just Demonic Ancestral. If I had a land, I'd just Demonic Tinker. But I guess specifically an island. All right, Mana Crypt start. Seems strong. Island, Stock Up, Tezzeret. Sure. I think I'm supposed to let Tezzeret resolve and then just like trap whatever comes down. I don't think I'm supposed to like fight over a Tezzeret. Though I guess if like it's like Bauble, hold on to it, pass. Black Lotus. Oh, he's just gonna pass after that? Alright, well. Guess that makes me look silly, but it's a guy to do. I got misdirected, man. Force pitching misdirection. Misdirection pitching force. Okay. I'm gonna probably need to spin into an island here for consign. I missed. I missed. I missed. Oh. Nothing is going correctly. I'm not even gonna have... Alright, whatever. I think I'm dead. If I had like a Tezzeret or something on top, then I can like do something here. Or even just an island is pretty good. But it's one of my ancient tombs. I mean, I guess I get a spin again. See what we can find. I could very easily PO if I find another blue land. Seed of the Synod, trigger Tezzeret. Tutor with Tezzeret. I think I'm just gonna die here. Search. Vexing Bauble, sure. I mean, I have this like completely covered. If I could just like have a blue land. I cut Talon Gates. It would have technically been a blue land. Well, I don't really want to draw my Mana Crypt anymore. There was something I thought about if I was supposed to like just get an Ancient Tomb and play it on the last turn instead of this, in case I was worried about our Tezzeret getting a bauble. So I guess I'm just supposed to spin into this Ancient Tomb instead. And then I'm supposed to spin and see if the card underneath is good. There's the island. So I think I just wait here for a turn. I can't even PO though, because there's a Vexing Bauble. So what does this Merchant Scroll even get? I guess it might just get another consign. I'm just gonna counter this Sensei's Top. Soul Ring. Island. Are you leaving the bauble? Are you POing killing me? I guess I'm not gonna get a consign, right? Okay, yeah, untap Soul Ring. Alright, so I'm getting an island, and then I'm spinning, and then maybe tutoring away these cards. Oh, stock up. How do I beat this Vexing Bauble with without a portable hole in my deck? Did I make a mistake here? I took out portable hole and chain, right? And I don't have a Hercules. Wait, how do I beat a Vexing Bauble? I think I killed myself. I have Hardcast Trap here. Don't I also have a Tezzeret in my deck? Wait. Citadel 10 permanents. Yeah, maybe if they lose some crypt flips. They have an Inventor's Fair! Time Vault, yeah. I mean, that'd be pretty good. Trap your Time Vault. They can still get it back with Karn. Cracking Bauble. We don't have a counter on top, right? They don't have a counter on. Okay, wait. Now we can just win, though. Because now we just scroll for PO. That was really aggressive. Should I just take Mana Crypt, scroll for PO, and go and jam? Because if they had a counter, they would have countered, right? I guess they could still have force at this point. I might need this Mana Crypt to PO, really. I guess I can always draw. Oh, I guess I can't draw the thing. Is this? I mean, I had shot to go for it, right? Like, I don't think flip top first is what I want. I think my opponent just went all in, and I just have to jam. I don't think they were supposed to go all in. Like, they didn't need to do that. Okay. Oof. All right. I don't think we were supposed to win this game. I think I need to refactor my deck to have a portable hole in it, right? All right. All right. Okay. I feel like they just went way too hard. It looks like we're out of POs. Yo, I think Synchronous Super is great. I just didn't really have a way to like fit it in the deck. I would definitely be down to play Synchronous Supers in here if I found like a pretty good way of fitting them in. I think I can just play some Hull Breachers. It kind of shows them Hull Breacher, but it's just the easiest way of finishing this game. This is fine. Okay. So yeah, I think it's just portable hole because then I can just find it off of Tezzeret. I just didn't really even think about the fact that I had to sometimes remove that. I don't really know what my opponent's playing to here. I've got triple force at the moment and a misstep, so should be fine. Not even tutoring with Tez. Sure. I already like conceded extra information that I didn't really want to show my opponent by showing them Hull Breachers, but it just felt like the easiest way to get them to concede. That's true. I did have a blue for consign as well. You are correct. I'm not going to show them anything else, so... I think I was handed this game. How have I lost more mana crypt flips than my opponent? I just played it. How is that possible? That might not even be true. Who knows? All right, game 3, chat. We get a game 3. May the best mono blue Tezzeret player win. May the player who doesn't have Seat of the Synod in their deck win. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is I can't punish my opponent for playing a Seat of the Synod, and it hurts me to look at. I'm a hater. It doesn't tap for blue. That's the problem. The problem is it doesn't always tap for blue. You have found the issue. All right, they lost the rent a crit flip. Everything is right in the world. We go into game 3. I think I'm gonna bring one port. Well, the thing is, like, oh, I guess I can cast portable hole off of white because I'm not getting null rotted, so it's fine. Okay, it's fine. Let's bring one portable hole in for little options, and then we'll take out. What will we take out? Not Bobble, not Misstep, not Ancestral, not Flusterstorm, not a blue card. Guess it's the top. All right, game 3. The one and only PO, mono blue PO mirror. No, I don't think I want chain. I think I just want to have a portable hole that I can Tezzeret for. Chat, am I supposed to keep this? I think I'm supposed to keep this. What if he goes Tezzeret Bobble me? Springs. Untapped. Time Walk. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Go? I love that. I think I just go Sapphire, Emerald, Ruby, go. And like we have a 2-card combo for 5 mana on the following turn. And we have some, it's like a little light permission, you know? All right. Ruby. They ripped the mana. Tezzy boy. Okay. Tuda. Okay. And then what? Black Lotus. Okay. And then what? Narset. Okay. I mean, they probably have a force, right? Because they could have 2 forces after this. They're gonna be pretty incentivized to counter Hull Breacher, though. It's gonna attack their Narset and Tezzerets. Karn. Okay. All right. Hull Breacher doesn't resolve. Resolves. Tezzeret doesn't resolve. Time Vault doesn't resolve. No counter, huh? I'm CRK now, baby. Just natural Tezzerets and Vaults. No tutoring, no nothing. Just 5 mana on turn 2. Kill you. I've injected the CRK juice MTGO premium into my veins. Direct damage. The non-seeded Cyanide player wins. I actually used the opponent's deck list a bit for creating this deck, so shout out to them. They make some cool ones. All right, we just watched a brilliant top deck from Sean and probably a win in for him into top 8. Unfortunately, I am not Sean, and my hands do not function. So I will mulligan this one. My opponent also mulliganed. This one has a Force and a Vault Key. So, man. Surely I just get rid of this Tezzeret, right? Surely. All right. I just need to hit some mana. Everything will be fine. Sapphire, blue mana, Mana Vault, Raker, no chance. I feel like I just get rid of this Merchant Scroll. No, I guess no really point in time walking. Talon Gates. Maybe I'll draw Ancient Tomb. Force, not a bad one. Come on, just give me some mana. I just want some mana that I can use that makes mana right away. That's all I ask. I'm a simple man. Tolarian Academy, Flesh Raker. No. Got him, baby. I am CRK. I've channeled my CRK, baby. I'm CRK now. Natural Volkey. I am him. I actually had a lot. I had 2 Ancient Tombs, Black Lotus, Mana Crypt, Mana Vault, and a ton of hits. All right. No bad matchups for Raker except for better Raker. We get to go in games 2 and 3, and we have Mindbreak Trap, probably not negation, but negation. Hull Breacher sounds great against the One Ring against top combo. I don't know how they beat a Hull Breacher. I'm not gonna lie to you. Consign. I don't know about Hercule's Recall. And I think I'll keep my answer with the portable hole, maybe. I channeled my inner CRK. It was the Natty. I'll keep the needle in for One Ring. Take the Flusterstorms out. Take the probe out. Take the one Talon Gates out. Take the portable hole out because I have Chain is gonna stay in. So I don't think I want Hercules, and I don't think I want second negation because we're covering that stuff so much here. I think this is fine. But I want the draw. Maybe I want second. I don't think I want second negation. I like this. Let's do this. All right. Another one. Another Bolus of Citadel in my opening hand. I don't know that I want to keep this one, chat. I have 2 forces, but like Raker can just plow through my forces. I feel like I'd rather be doing something proactive. Like I want a force, but this is better, right? It's not good, but it's gotta be better. I mean, if they just kill me on turn 1, I'll look silly. Needle. Time Vault Key? I assume that's what we're naming here. Sensei Stop? No, I can't name Sensei Stop, can't name Tezzeret, can't name Ring. It's gotta be Time Vault, right? Gotta be. It's gotta be. Hope they name like Tezzeret or the One Ring. Sensei's top. Time. Oh. Uh-oh. 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 No. Oh no. We're just hiding behind that fact that I have an island here. I think we're just getting Tezzereted and killed here. Didn't make it to turn 2. Should have kept my force hand. Oh no. I got C Arcade. I don't know, man. I feel like my first hand was like was turn. Oh, I should definitely play the island actually. Whoops. Because I didn't want to lose my land drop. That was bad. I should definitely play the island in case I drew Soul Ring or Mox. I just figured like I would hide the fact that I had that going, but all right, well. Am I supposed to bring in Unable to Scream? I feel like I'm not. Why do I draw Citadel in every opening hand? I'm the worst Tinker player of all time. Imagine if this was just a Tinker instead. This is so bad. Am I not like extremely unlucky? Like, look at these hands. No. These hands are so bad. They're just completely unkeepable garbage every time. And then it's just bulky. What is going on, man? I mean, we could just die on turn 1, right? Top. Spin top? Bro, Raker is a way of life, man. You just sit here and Volt key each other with no counterplay. Oh god. I earned this victory, chat. This is the peak of what Vintage has to offer. There is nothing higher than this. Uh-oh. Nice key, brother. It'd be a shame if someone had an old bordered key. Well, see if we top 8. All right, we did not get in on breakers. A solid 4-2 outing for our deck. I really don't like playing this style deck anymore. This used to be my bread and butter. This Bolas' Citadel stuff, kind of more combo-oriented PO. And I guess I've just changed what I really like about Vintage Magic since I started playing. Because this would be I'd be all over this in 2019, 2017 era. But it is so high variance. Sometimes like your shit just does not do anything. You have a hand that's like 2 Tezzerets, 2 POs, a Bolas Citadel, a Talon Gates, and a Talon Gates, and you're like, what am I doing here with my life? And then sometimes you're just like naturally doing the Volt Key thing, and life is easy. So, like, I think this deck is clearly good and good enough to be played. A 4-2 here is not a bad outing considering we probably only hit 1 or 2 good matchups over the course of the whole tournament. We played against some really rough null rod matchups, the full counter main mech Mindbreak Trap Sean matchup, and we put up a good showing. I actually think the Hull Breacher deck construction looks pretty good. I'm not sure about these Talon Gates. They were good, but sometimes they clogged up our hand and made us mulligan. So like maybe the answer is still like 4 is too many Talon Gates. I will say that the Talon Gates and the Ancient Tombs both had some merit here. We cast some turn 2 stock ups. We cast some turn 2 Tezzerets with our Ancient Tombs. It was pretty nice. Overall, I don't even think I played particularly well. As a like retrospective of my play over the course of the day, we had some different choices, and I think I played a little fast and loose, but that's kind of how this deck pushes you content wise. Yeah, I think there's actually a lot of space inside of like big blue Tezzeret stock up PO that is a little underexplored right now, and I hope that somebody like our round 5 mirror opponent can continue to iterate on the deck and put it into a place where it's more of a mainstay than it is right now. Until then, I think I'm going to continue being a Lurrus enjoyer. The consistency and versatility of playing Lurrus Jeskai just it fits me a lot better as a player these days than Tinker Citadel. But the Tinker Citadel is quite a rush, and so is the quick and powerful Time Vault keys. So it's something for everyone here in Vintage Magic the Gathering. Don't forget, new content on this YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll see you then.